One of the best ways I've found to lesson plan for lots of different students on a sort of big scale, zooming out and looking at what you're going to do each week, what activities you might like to include over the course of a semester or a year, and to think about what games you might like to do along the way to reinforce that learning. One of my favorite ways to do this is in Google Sheets. So we're going to open Google Drive. If you've not used it before, you might have to create a Google account. But you just go to drive.google.com, and if you already have a Google account, this will be here for you already. Now we're going to create a new, so we go up to the top left corner, go to New, Google Sheets, and that'll open this sheet here. I'm going to call it Lesson Plans 2018. So along the side, I'm going to put the dates. I like to do this for each individual student, so I'll change the day depending on when they have lessons. But if you prefer just to do the start of the week, if you think that way, that's totally fine too. So let's say this student's first lesson back is going to be the 1st of September. I just put that there, and then I'm going to put the next week there. And now if I select both of these, we've already created a pattern, and Google Sheets is smart enough to be able to figure this out. So if I now just select both of them and go to this bottom corner, I can click and drag this all the way down. I'm going to take that back up and just go as far as Christmas, let's say. Okay, so that's my semester. And then up the top here, I'm going to put the different segments of the lesson. So I've actually been working on doing more rhythm and oral warm-ups, so you might put those here. This is the rough order we might do it in the lesson. It doesn't mean I'm never going to change this, but it does give you a structure to follow. Okay, what you might like to put even before that is actually the key concept you want to reinforce. So if you want to plan across the course of a semester to cover certain different things that are in a theory book or a method book, or just according to your own curriculum for your students, it's a great idea to just highlight for yourself what is the core concept that I want to tie together in this lesson. Okay, so let's say we want to work on rhythm, then note names, note stems, more note name review. Maybe this week we're going to do tempo marks. Then we might know that they have a piece coming up that they need to have a knowledge of different types of repeat signs. Could be anything, whatever you want to cover in your lessons. And then you just put in your different activities here to suit that student. Now, I like to create one of these as a template. And then I'm going to duplicate this for each individual student. So I'm just going to right click on my sheet here and go duplicate. And then if I double click here, I can change the title. So let's say this is Johnny. He's first on a Monday. And then duplicate that. And this is going to be Susan. She comes after Johnny, etc. And I would create one sheet for every single one of those students. I change the dates along the side to be the correct day of the week, but you don't have to. And then I'll enter the concepts I want to cover with them and the games for those concepts. So let's say we're doing rhythm vocab, and then we're going to do double or nothing. And that way, no matter what, I know what needs to be available that day. And yes, I will go in and change some of this later. Maybe one week we don't get to something. Maybe one week a student just excels at something and I don't need to review it as often as I thought I would. But it does give you an overall trajectory to follow and goals for your students each lesson. And I can also write in here what repertoire they'd be doing. So this could be as simple as page 47, I know they'll be up to there. Or it could be that they're going to be doing this particular song. And I'll estimate as well how long I think that will take. So I'll actually fill in where I think they'll be up to. If I know a student generally takes, say, 6 or 7 weeks to learn I Love Coffee from Piano Safari, I'll put it in for all of those weeks, just so that I know where we are and what we're doing at each stage. I found this to be a great, simple and adaptable system, and each day I can just go in, and if I need to make a note to myself, I'll just write on a post-it quickly what I need to do that day or pull out the correct game, etc. So that's my system. If you have any questions about how this works, let me know.